Well, my name is Aaron Smith, owner at A to Z Quality Fencing. We are in our Hartford, Wisconsin location in the showroom here. This is our first segment of what's going on at A to Z Quality Fencing. Today we want to talk about our innovative method of no mess, no dig installation. For people who don't understand it, who don't know it, they think that the old tried and true method of pouring concrete around a vinyl post is the only way to do it, okay? When poured correctly with concrete, that can be a effective method also. Is it the best method? No. There's some information out there that people are saying that the concrete is a stronger set, that it'll last longer, and some of them come right out and say because concrete's been around for so long that it must be the only method. Here at A to Z Quality Fencing, we are always looking for innovative ways to build your fence, to give you a better quality fence and be more proficient with it. When we drive our vinyl fencing, what we're talking about, okay, number one, we use a superior product than what most companies are using. You'll know that by our 2x7 deco rail here, not 1.5 inches by 5.5 rails on top and bottom. Now this has a lattice top on it, and so it also has a 2x3 rail on it. Our post, most guys are using 0.135 thick post. We're using 0.147 thick post. Okay. Now to talk about the driving method. We take a 2.5 inch Schedule 20 post and drive that post into the ground 5 feet. Okay. Now compare that to the concrete method. Okay. Concrete method, most of these guys are going 2.5 to 3 feet deep in the ground. We're going 5 feet. You should also know that in Wisconsin and Minnesota, we have a 48-inch frost line in most places. That means if you're setting a post, you should be below that frost line. At 5 feet, we are 1 foot deeper than what the frost line is. And if you don't set a vinyl post right with concrete, and I'll be honest with you, most of them aren't, that concrete does not adhere to vinyl. So if you put a post in the ground, you pour concrete around it, over the years in Minnesota and Wisconsin, as the temperatures change and contract, that vinyl will contract back and forth. That fence or that post will react like a bobber, and it'll come up out of the ground. Okay, I see that all over the place. That's one of the unpredictable factors is, are the guys in the field making sure that that concrete is mixed properly and getting in that hole all the way up past that hole so that it actually can hold the post. Very unpredictable situation. With that, we feel that the pounded method, where we're pounding the galvanized post into the ground 5 feet, is a superior method. Now for the strength of it, we have guys that say, well, it's got to be stronger because it's in the ground in concrete. Okay, the weakest part of the fence is at the ground. It's not the concrete in the bottom of it that's making it stronger. The give point, the wind load point where it's going to break is off at the ground. We did a fence 3/4 around a yard, and one of our competitors did concrete the year before down the other side. Okay, I can take their post. You will see 5 to 6 sections moving down the line because that fence is not very stiff, because all they're doing is putting a hollow post into the ground, a hollow 0.135 post. When you take our fence, I do the same thing, and I'm pushing the post the same way. I can move our post, but you don't see a single section down the line move. That's because we have that steel post in there stiffening up that section. You'll see that it's a stronger install. Some people will claim that driving post is cheaper. It's a shortcut method. It only benefits the contractor. Those things are all opinion. They're not fact. Okay, the fact of the matter is materials for a no dig installation costs more than concrete set. Bag of concrete, $3.75, $4. Okay, a steel post to stick in there, up to $32, $35. Plus you have what we call high density stiffeners on there to stiffen everything up, which are about $4 a piece. Okay, so the reality of it being a cheaper method is not fact. Fact is the material actually costs more to do the no pound. Now it is true that we save labor on it because we can pound faster than digging a hole in your yard and having to set it in concrete in the right way. So let that concrete set up. We don't need to do that because we pounded a steel post into the ground 5 feet, and then we can sleeve over. We literally have one guy pounding and 2 guys are generally coming behind putting your fence together. We have crews of 2, sometimes 3 guys that can put up over 200 feet of fencing that way a day pretty easily. So the advantages to the customer is, number one, it's a faster install. So you get your fence installed faster. You don't have to have, if you had an old fence you need to keep dog stuff in, you don't need to keep your fence down for several days because they got a post setting crew that comes and set the posts in concrete, and then hopefully a couple days later they show up to finish the fence. We don't do that. Our jobs are start to finish, pound the post, put the sections in, and hang your gates and get out of it. And the other benefit of it, it's a cleaner installation. We call it a no mess for a reason. No mess, no dig for a reason, because we're pounding the posts in there. We can do that in your virgin soil without digging up your yard, okay? Without leaving dirt all over, without displacing your grass, without displacing your plants, your landscaping and stuff like that. And we don't bring big pieces of equipment in that will put ruts in your yard, okay? So the advantage to the customer is, number one, it's a stronger fence because we put that steel post inside of there, stiffening up that fence. Number 2, it's a cleaner installation. And number 3, it is a faster installation. Those are the benefits to the customer. So it's not just a contractor benefit. In conclusion, we're not going to tell you guys that are setting it in concrete are wrong. It will give you a pretty sturdy fence. If it's like any fence, if it's not set properly, you're going to have issues with it. If you don't pound your post in the no dig deep enough, you don't put a big enough post on there, strong enough post, you're going to have issues. In the concrete, if you don't set your post right where the concrete can get inside of it and outside of it, if you don't go down deep enough, you don't hit 48 inches in our areas where the frost, so you're for sure to keep it out of the frost line, you're going to have issues with it. I've seen issues with both different installations. I can assure you on both different installations, the issue is the installers did not take time to do it right. The issues happen at ground level. So you can be as tight as you want with your concrete in there, but as soon as that wind comes through, that post will always pull as much as that it was designed to, and by putting a steel post inside of there, increases that load. So at the end of the day, at A to Z Quality Fencing, we're going to give you no mess, no dig installation. We're going to warranty that. We give a 10-year warranty on all of our labor installations. And if you're interested, you have any questions, call A to Z Quality Fencing. And have a good day. We'll do another one of these videos next week and see what else is going on at A to Z Quality Fencing.